Hi everyone, I'm Samantha, owner of Samantha Mayfair Cakes and professional pastry chef. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my personal favorite frosting, Swiss Meringue Buttercream. I have a recipe up on my blog. I will put a link in the description below. Click the link below to subscribe. Let's get moving. In my easy 1, 2, 3 buttercream recipe, you just have to remember it's all about the ratios. Super simple. For every 1 part of egg whites, you're going to do 2 parts sugar and 3 parts butter. Okay, so if you have clean hands, just reach in and pull out your egg yolks. Put them in a nice little separate container. 1 part egg whites, that means we have 2 parts sugar. So this is super fine sugar. It dissolves much better, I think, than regular granulated sugar, but if all you have is granulated sugar, that's fine. You can totally use that in a pinch. All right, so 600 grams. Excellent. So I've got a whisk here. You will need this separately from your whisk attachment, or if you're using a hand mixer, you can probably just use that at this point. So I like to give it a really, really good whisk before I put anything on the heat. So here I've got a pan of simmering water. And you don't want the water to touch the bottom of this bowl. It's a double boiler. It is important, once this goes on the heat, it's gonna take, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so to warm through and get to the right temperature. You are gonna have to stir it occasionally, so don't leave. I'm gonna cut some butter. We're done. All right, so lift that out. This looks great. So there's a nice layer of foamy goodness on the top. It's the right temperature. It's loose, everything is dissolved. It looks really, really good. We're gonna just let this whip at the highest speed for a while, probably for another 15 minutes or so. Until the bowl is room temperature, cool to the touch. Right now that's hot. We can't put the butter in while this is really hot. So the meringue will fluff up and fill the whole bowl right to the top. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh yes. And that's meringue, my friends. Let me get real close in there for you. That's a nice stiff meringue. Okay, so we got our butter here, and I got some salt, so I'm gonna chuck that in a little bit. So I'm just gonna, on the low speed at first, chuck in some of the butter, let it incorporate, and then crank the heat up a little bit, the speed. Crank the speed up a little bit more, and then you'll see it'll be buttercream in no time. Okay, we're getting pretty close, and I know this because I'm looking at everything in the bowl, and it's still moving around the edge a little bit, but it's almost at the point where the mixture inside is doing kind of like a washing machine sort of maneuver. So that's usually how I know the buttercream is actually ready. It's like, it'll kind of, back and forth. So I'm gonna add my little 1/4 teaspoon of salt now, turn the speed up to super high just to give it one last super great incorporation. And then we should be all set, should be buttercream. Okay. It's time. All right. So you can see this has some really nice body. It's glossy. So this is what I call my buttercream base. It doesn't have any added flavoring. It's just the Swiss meringue and the butter and a little pinch of salt. So from here you can flavor this a ton of different ways. Add other frostings to it, prepared mixtures like lemon curd, whipped cream, just good old-fashioned vanilla, coffee, fantastic, chocolate, salted caramel. I mean, like, look, like, just so good. Like, what? I mean, it's one of the best recipes in my arsenal. So the link to the recipe on my website is in the description below. If you like this video, click the link below to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. But for now, that is how you make the perfect Swiss meringue buttercream. Bye. It's literally, it's like airy, but also silk, and so good.